Let's talk about substitutes. We're going to talk about substitutes. George Zimmerman, the murderer, he wanted to use Trayvon Martin as the substitute for all the thieves that got away. He claims he got out of his vehicle to look for an address. I don't believe it. I explain in other videos how getting out of his vehicle doesn't make sense, especially since he claims Trayvon Martin had his hand in his waistband. He wanted it to appear that Trayvon Martin was armed. He was already preparing his self-defense claim. Listen to my other videos for details. The murderer George Zimmerman wanted to use Trayvon Martin as the substitute for all the thieves that got away. He didn't need to get out of his vehicle to look for an address. Just think about it. He was a wannabe cop, obsessed with his neighborhood. He knows that area like he knows his own face. It's just like a real cop. Real cops who patrol the same area day after day, they know the dead-end streets, they know the alleys, they know the fences where they have been cut so people can get through. They have studied the area. They know the area. Murderer George Zimmerman got out of his vehicle to chase Trayvon Martin. He ran to catch up to Trayvon Martin. He admitted in the Sean Hannity interview that Trayvon was skipping, which means he was walking fast. The idiot said skipping. Trayvon Martin walked fast to get away from the idiot who was following him. Trayvon thought it was all over. He didn't realize just how dangerous George Zimmerman was. He thought he had gotten away. The next thing Trayvon knew is the psycho had caught up to him. I believe George Zimmerman grabbed Trayvon, causing Trayvon to have to fight for his life. This is what I believe. Trayvon was not willing to be the substitute for the thieves that got away. Let's talk about a willing substitute. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ was a willing substitute. He died in our place. He died for us. That's right, Jesus Christ. He died in our place, became the substitute. He knew he would rise in victory. God gave us Jesus. Jesus was the willing substitute. He died for us. He knew he would be raised in victory. For those of you who don't like me talking about Jesus, get over it. I didn't start it. The murderer George Zimmerman was the one who wanted to start talking about God. He started it, and I will finish it. This is America. I have a right to talk about Jesus. Just like a murderer has a right to a trial. A murderer who we know is guilty, he has a right to a trial where he can do his best to try to fool jurors to let him walk free. A murderer has a right to a trial to try to fool jurors, and I have a right to talk about Jesus. God is a God of judgment. I know you heard that God is love. God is love. But he also is a God of justice. He loves justice. God will rain down his judgment on all murderers. Murderers who think they have gotten away. You have not gotten away. The judgment of God will fall hard upon you. You can run, but you can't hide. No murderer will go unpunished. The judgment of God will fall hard upon you. This is the truth.